Hey everyone, I'm Multimite, and welcome to yet another different kind of video. This is my second non-gameplay video. Well, kinda. Still involves games a little bit. But, as some of you may know, a new Fortnite season is upon us, and quite honestly, it's my favorite Chapter 7 so far. Chapter 7's Season 4 Override brings us some of the best retro game collabs, including Sonic, Tetris, Crash Bandicoot, and more. But this video in particular is about my favorite, Megaman. As many of you could probably already tell why, there's a reason I chose this character in particular to talk about. So I thought I'd share some ideas I came up with for Mega Man and Fortnite players alike. So nothing that I know of that's confirmed, but who knows? Maybe in the future this video will be considered a prediction video. Fingers crossed. Now, first thing we'll be discussing is gameplay. I will say, not disappointed at all. Right off the bat, the Mega Buster is so much fun to use, and with references like the charge shot and slide, I couldn't be happier. Not to mention the unique jump animation, which is reference to the way Mega Man's sprite jumps in the old games, and the little icons to the HUD. This is only one of the reasons this season is so much fun to me. Now, I only have one complaint about this particular item, and that's the ammo capacity. To me, 75 shots isn't exactly enough to get me through a full game. So, I thought of a solution, and my first addition I'd add to this season, the Mega Man sprite. Which, to my knowledge, hasn't been confirmed yet. If not, this is the ability it should have. The ability would be that he could recharge the Mega Buster's ammo, allowing for a longer use and maybe even a full game. As you level it up, the faster it recharges. Next, I thought of a healing item. First thing that came to mind for Mega Man was the energy tank. Now, realistically, this would probably just be a repaint of the Chug Jug, and admittedly, I couldn't think of an alternate effect, as the energy tank or E-tank does the same as a medkit or Chug Jug and refills Mega Man's health. But if they manage to come up with a fun idea to make it unique, no complaints here. Now for a transport item. I thought of two ideas. First being the Proto Jet, Proto Man's hoverboard-like craft, similar to the Surf Cube from Chapter 6 Season 3. I would have said the Rush Jet, but with him already being added as a sidekick, and me also thinking he'd make a better glider, more on that later, I came up with Mega Man's older brother's means of transportation. Finally, for the last gameplay item, I thought they should add, and it's a little bit of a long shot, it is Proto Man's shield. Now, they already do have the Guardian shield in the game, so I thought I'd put a little twist on it and say it's more like the ballistic shield. Now, adding the Proto Buster alongside his shield does sound overpowered, and again, unrealistic, because if it's like Mega Man's Mega Buster, but with a shield, it would make the Blue Bomber's blaster obsolete. So, I came up with a couple of balancing ideas to help solve the problem. Number one, no charge shot. Now, Proto Man does have this in the games, but for balancing's sake, number two, one or no slides, giving the Mega Buster a little bit of an advantage. And number three, probably the more likely answer, is less damage than the Mega Buster's base output. Well, that's all the gameplay ideas I had. Now let's move on to some of the fun stuff, like the cosmetics I brainstormed. Now, I won't be including Mega Man X or Battle Network, mainly because it seems they're focusing on the OG Mega Man. So first I'll be talking about the Mega Man skin and the Rush sidekick, and what they could add to the skins that I don't think, again, are confirmed yet. For Mega Man himself, I thought of specifically styles they could add that I thought would be kind of cool if they included. First off, gotta add the Rush style. The white and red would look so good with his Rush sidekick. Just like in the games when you equip the Rush Jet or the Rush Coil, his suit matches his canine companion. I think a pretty reasonable second style, kind of like Sonic and Shadow's super styles. Next is the gradient style. Now, I wouldn't be upset if they didn't add this style. They didn't for, again, the Sonic skins at all. And I already think his cell shaded is good enough. But it would be awesome to see him match the world of Fortnite a little bit better. Finally, we'll end off with kind of the more outlandish thing that I thought of. So in the games, when you beat a boss, you take their powers to use to counter other bosses, if you know the correct order. But with those powers, your suit changes colors to identify those abilities. You probably see where I'm going with this. I'm thinking like the Mystique skin. When you eliminate an enemy, you can change into that enemy's skin upon elimination with an emote. But instead, with Megaman, you can take on 2 colors from the skin that you eliminated that they're wearing. A sort of reactive or emote rather than a style, but a fun and unrealistic idea that would be kind of cool to see executed. Now let's move on to Rush. Although the ones I have for the sidekick aren't for his appearance, I still want him to be more involved than he may already be. And unfortunately, it is only one idea, and that one is being the glider. I brought this up earlier, but one of Rush's abilities is being able to transform into a hoverboard-like craft that allows Megaman to cross large distances, it being called Rush Jet. I think this would make for a perfect glider cosmetic, similar to Tails this season. I couldn't think of much else for him, unfortunately. I played with the idea of his emote being Rush Coil, which is when he transforms into like this almost trampoline thing to help Megaman get to higher places. But I'd feel pretty cruel trying to jump on him knowing how small he'd probably be. I mean, just look at Tails compared to Sonic. How can Tails carry his Never mind. Anyway, let's move on to some stuff that hasn't been confirmed yet. And this is probably my personal favorite I'm about to talk about, and that's Proto-Man, Megaman's older brother. With Proto-Man, I would probably add similar styles that I thought of for Megaman, like the gradient, but for a more unique twist, since his Proto-Jet and Coil just turns his suit from gray to white, I thought why not his full mask style, which is a disguise he uses under the alias Breakman in Mega Man 3. And then for a harvesting tool, his shield. He shouldn't be anywhere without that thing. If Captain America can do it, Proto-Man can do it. Finally, his glider, which is the Proto-Jet. It might be a little too similar to the Rush Jet, but I thought it would be kind of cool to give him his own unique glider, just so he still fits in. Then we have Base. Base is basically Mega Man's version of Shadow, created by Dr. Wily to counter the Blue Bomber, and him already being pretty unique, again, maybe a gradient style, and then possibly his treble boost style, treble being Base's version of Rush, which is a big purple robotic wolf. Pretty badass, honestly. Which treble could also act as a sidekick and maybe even a glider. Finally, we'll close with some emotes. I thought Proto-Man's whistle would be a pretty good one, which is a little signature sound anytime you enter a level. And then next was the boss intro. And finally, the power absorbing. So that's it for now. So this is my second attempt at doing something like this, so let me know what you guys thought. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and maybe even dropping a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you again for even checking out this video. And thank you to all those who already support me, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.